it is another day of my Harry Potter book journey. So today I learned the third chapter of this book. So the title of this chapter is also very important, and the name is The Letters from No One. Because in the first lesson we understood about who is Harry Potter and how he came to Dursley's. And in the second lesson we learned what is the behavior of Dursley's to Harry Potter. And in the third lesson, we will understood about what is the connection of magical world and the Dursley's family. Or you can say what is the connection of magical world and the Harry Potter. So this lesson starts with say with a line that summer vacation had started and Dudley already broke his almost all the toys like an airplane he had and a camera, and he also knocked down Mrs. Fig. She was crossing the road and he hit her. So it was the beginning of this lesson. So Harry was so happy because summer vacation has started and he will not go to school again, that primary school where he was used to go with Dudley, because in that school Dudley used to beat her with his friend. So he thought that it is an escape. But it was not like that. His Dudley's friends started coming to home and his home, and they used to play a game named Harry Hunting. So even the name says that the idea that they will beat him. So one day he was out of his house and he was wondering that, and he was imagining that when the summer vacation will end and he will go to secondary school. The primary school has already completed. They both have completed the primary education. Now they both will go to secondary school. So he was wondering this thing. And in September, primary school and summer vacation end, and they both took admission in secondary school. So there is one thing to notice, that Dudley took admission in his father's old school. Huh, there is only Smeltings. It is a very high school and so expensive, so privileged, and very privileged, you can say. And at the other place, Harry took admission in a Stonewall High. It was not expensive. It was a local school, not so big name, but still he was happy because it is the first time that he is not with Dudley. So he was happy with that. But Dudley was a guy who was so greedy, who used to take a lot of fun of Harry. He was saying that you are going in such a local school, and I am the and other place I am going to a very high school. So he was comparing and he was defaming him, and he had a lot of superiority complex. So this is what happened that day. So another day, Dudley wore the dress of Stanley's high school. So in that dress, he wore maroon tailcoats, orange knickerbockers, and flat straw hats called boaters. His parents were so happy. Even her mother, Petunia, has some tears in her eyes because he was saying he's looking so handsome, and my boy finally grown up. And these were the things in his mind. On the other hand, Harry was controlling his love because Dudley was so fat. He was so fatty guy, and he was looking like a colorful ball. So this is why Harry was controlling his love. He just said, "Okay, you are looking good." So this is how story started. So as you know, Harry used to live in a cupboard, and Dudley got new dress. On the other hand, uh, Harry got that old dress that was smelling. So what happened? Suddenly one day gave someone he got a letter. It was clearly mentioned that Mr. Harry Potter in the cupboard. The address was written like that. But there is one thing, no one knows Harry. Who is Harry Potter? Harry was thinking that I have never took any book or notebook from F to anyone, and he had no chance to get any letter. He did not use to go library, but still he got a letter. So his uncle, Mr. Varnum, snatched the letter from him, and even Dudley, his cousin, he also wanted to read that, but Varnum did not give it to them. He uh, locked them in a room, and but still they started watching it from the hole. Dudley watched from that hole, and Harry, on the other hand, watching it from a crack. There was a crack in the room. There was something mentioned, and after that, Varnum got afraid, and he gave a room to Harry to live. Actually, Dudley had two rooms, one for his uh, resting, and one for where he used to keep his toys. He had a lot of toys, so he used to take his toys there. So it was not so big, but still a room, better than cupboard. So Uncle Vernon gave him that room, and Dudley was so unhappy after this because he had some toys there. He told it that why you are giving my room to him. So there was something written, and Vernon was still very afraid that who gave this letter. And the lady was also thinking that uh, is someone watching us? Is someone had eyes on him? It was the question of that woman. So what happened? They gave Harry Potter a room. So next day another letter came. Harry took that letter and he was just about to read it, but again uncle came and took that letter and started reading it, and there was also the line mentioned, the small room of upstairs, smallest room in the house. It was something like that, like clearly mentioned where he is living. After that, uncle got so afraid. He took his car and said every family member that sit in the car because of his behavior, uncle's behavior. Nobody dared to ask any question. So everybody sat in that car, and he started driving it. And he did not stop that car. Even the morning, afternoon, they did not even stop for lunch, and nobody asked why you were doing this. Even Dudley was saying that it was the very boring day of his life. After that, they wait or they took some lunch, and they go to a hotel, and the name of that hotel was used Railview Hotel. So they, and uncle was saying that thinking that no one can send a letter here. But what happened? Again a letter came with the address mentioned, Mr. Harry Potter, room number 17, Railview Hotel, Gogworth. And this thing again, it is very mysterious. Who is writing this letter? So after getting this info, they again go somewhere else, and it was a hut near a rock with a sunset viewpoint kind and small hut, and they lived that area for that night. And the night was very cloudy, so much rain was happening outside, but they still used to live there. And Harry was about to be 11 years old. Next day, it was Harry's birthday. So so many things was happening that day, as I said you earlier. So Harry was wondering what will happen, why they are not giving me those letters to read. Everyone was thinking that, and it was midnight, and Harry was thinking that what will happen, what gift they will get from the family. He always used to get some old clothes and the old socks of Dudley, not new, but this time he was wondering what will happen, and he was not waiting for the birthday, but still he was just a child, so he was thinking what will happen. And everyone was thinking no one can send letter there. Even that place, this was the place where even postmaster not used to come. And the whole and the came like 3, 2, 1, and boom, someone rang the bell, and the story ended here. No one knows what happened. So we will learn about this in the our next chapter. So I hope this was a good lesson. So bye. Let's see what will happen in the other lesson. Bye guys. Bye.